The Nightbeat starts right now.
He was killed over the weekend in a shooting. Tonight, we hear from that man's family for the first time after police arrested 2 people.
They serve fresh grilled hamburgers, but health inspectors found some concerning conditions and critters behind their kitchen door.
But first tonight, we start with the weather. Right now, storms are showing southwest of San Antonio.
Yeah, here's a look at the radar right now. Lots going on. Let's go to Mia Montgomery for the latest. Mia.
Yep, no issues right now here in San Antonio in terms of severe weather, but we've got one lone severe thunderstorm that is pushing across our far southwestern county, specifically southern Zavala and northern Dimmitt County. This is now crossing over the Highway 83 corridor as we speak, moving through Crystal City. This particular severe thunderstorm warning is going to continue through 10:30 as it moves farther off to the southeast at about 25 miles per hour. Hail up to the size of tennis balls to even baseballs crossing over Highway 83 right now, where we see these darker reflectivity values just to the north of Byrd, right there on the southern Zavala, northern Dimmitt County line. So again, this is generally moving farther off to the southeast at about 25 miles per hour. So if it continues this track and holds together, it could be moving into the Big Wells area there in northeastern Dimmitt County by about 10:24 p.m. Also some wind gusts upwards of about 60 miles per hour possible embedded within this thunderstorm. So coming up in just a little bit, we'll get you another update on this particular cell that we're monitoring, as well as some additional daily isolated storm chances that stick with us into the weekend, guys.
How he was murdered, she tempered with the body of a corpse, trying to hide the evidence.
Was he betrayed by the woman he loved? The family of a murdered man speaking out for the first time since he was killed. 31-year-old Nick Hallam shot over the weekend. As
the night team's John Paul Barajas reports, the suspected shooter and the victim's wife are now in jail.
Just trying to live without him. Remember him as he was.
A grieving woman left only with memories of her beloved stepson, 31-year-old Nick Hallam.
I just want to hug him and hold him. He's still a baby to us.
San Antonio police say Hallam was shot and killed in an apartment on Medical Drive Sunday. The call came in as a hostage situation. The police have since arrested the so-called hostage, Hallam's wife, 30-year-old Marianne Dimitro, and her alleged lover, the man accused of shooting him, 50-year-old Jose Alvarez. Hallam's stepmother, Betty Perez, says police showed her surveillance video from just after his death.
The footage of my son being dragged in a box. After he died, she tried to clean the blood off the floor.
According to an arrest affidavit, investigators say Dimitro tried hiding evidence. She was arrested Monday at the San Antonio airport. Police say she was trying to leave the city. Hallam's family is now focused on remembering their son.
When I took him for Halloween, and he dressed up like a sailor, I'm sorry, because I can't keep my tears away.
Even if it is just listening to his brief voicemail.
Please leave your message for Nick.
Family members are also caring for the 3 young kids Hallam and Dimitro shared, all while trying to collect money so they can bring Hallam's body back to California.
Where he belongs, and to try to put him to peace. And the rest is just love his children like we loved him.
Marianne Dimitro and Jose Alvarez are both being held on bond here at the Bexar County Jail. They both face a charge of altering, concealing, and destroying a human corpse. Alvarez has an additional charge of murder. At the Bexar County Jail, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
My son could have been dead. He could have died because of this, in the hands of a registered nurse.
That mother has a lot of questions for the San Antonio Independent School District after her 8-year-old son was giving the wrong medication at school. That's Candace Smith, who you just heard from. Her son is a 2nd grader at Cameron Elementary. He's diagnosed with ADHD and bipolar disorder. Smith believes that her son was given the wrong medication at school for weeks. But here's the thing, she still doesn't know exactly what he was taking. SAISD released a statement confirming that there was one instance where a child received the wrong medication. The district also confirmed that a registered nurse and an assistant who were at Cameron Elementary are no longer at that campus.
They lost a bus, a GPS tracker being credited for helping police find a stolen school bus. That bus taken from the East Central ISD transportation hub overnight. SAPD tracked the bus to a shopping center on Ingram Road. Officers looked through the bus for weapons or people inside, but didn't find anything.
A convicted murderer back behind bars after he was released just a year ago, but this time he's in trouble for something different. 50-year-old Jacob Balades is facing an invasive visual recording charge. Police say that Balades left his phone in a friend's car, and when the friend picked it up, she noticed photos and videos of an underage girl changing. She told police. Officers then got a search warrant and confirmed that the victim didn't know that she was being recorded. Bexar County court records show Balades served a 30-year prison sentence for a murder back in 1992, and he was released last March.
Right now, people along the U.S.-Mexico border getting ready for whatever comes. Title 42 set to end in exactly 1 week. And once that happens, leaders expect thousands of people to cross into the United States seeking asylum.
And that's exactly why Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is in the Rio Grande Valley. Our Jonathan Cotto is also there, and he explains how nonprofits there are preparing for next week.
Local nonprofits who provide aid to migrants say they're expecting the end of Title 42 to have a huge impact. The leaders we spoke to today say they're already seeing an increase in migrants seeking asylum. The pandemic-era rule comes to an end next Thursday, May 11th. Right now, it allows immigration authorities to turn migrants away in an effort of mitigating the spread of COVID-19. Nonprofit organizations like the Catholic Charities in the Rio Grande Valley anticipate an increase in asylum seekers.
People are already starting to cross in great numbers, and so Border Patrol is releasing a higher number of people to us than usual.
Catholic Charities says it typically receives up to 150 migrants daily, but that number is now close to 450 a day. By the end of next week, local leadership in the Rio Grande Valley says they expect the flow of migrants to reach as many as 10,000 a day. U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas visited the Rio Grande Valley today ahead of the end of Title 42.
Anytime you have a high-profile individual, whether it's state or whether it's federal, we welcome them, and we treat them with honor, respect, and dignity, like we would expect to be treated. We met with him earlier, and we briefly discussed some of the issues, so we're happy that he's here.
Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is expected to continue his tour of the Rio Grande Valley sector. Now, Sister Norma Pimentel says she is ready and prepared for next week. We will be following Mayorkas' tour very closely and bringing you the latest. Reporting from the U.S.-Mexico border in the Rio Grande Valley, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
So now back here at home, we're going to show you a picture. We want to make sure. So have you seen that man? That's 70-year-old David Bowser. No one's seen him since noon yesterday in western Bexar County. He's about 5'6" with brown eyes, gray hair. If you know where he is, call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Their number's at the top of your screen. It's 210-335-6000.
The pets were rescued, but some apartments may be beyond repair after a fire at a Leon Valley apartment complex. This was the scene about 10:30 this morning on Forest Meadow Street near Evers Road. We now know no one was hurt. Crews were able to rescue 3 pets. Right now, 4 people are without a place to stay. Still no word on what sparked the flames here.
So we all know this, the cost of food, utilities, and rent, those have all gone up. But here's the thing, the pension for retired teachers, that hasn't gone anywhere. It's actually stayed the same for 20 years.
And some lawmakers want to increase that this year. And as the Night Team's Patty Santos tells us, voters, you and I, could also have a say this November.
Everyone needs to speak COLA and understand COLA, cost of living adjustment.
When Lydia Correa Valdez retired from teaching 10 years ago, a dozen eggs cost under $2. The average price has now more than doubled.
Whatever you retire with that pension is what you stay with the rest of your life. So I've been retired 10 years. I've yet to receive a penny more. However, my bills have gone up. My house mortgage, it went from $788 a month to now well over $1,200 a month. Same pension.
She's advocating for lawmakers to pass a cost of living adjustment into the Texas teacher retirement system. She's counting on Senate Bill 10 and House Bill 600.
We want to make sure that this is not just going to be a one-time thing like they did with the 13th check. We don't want another 13th check. We don't want it. We don't need any more Band-Aids. We need a real fix to this system.
Texas Tribune reporter Brian Lopez says retired educators won't get the 10% increase they wanted, but it's a first step.
This bill would also, depending on how the Texas retirement system investments do, teachers will get an annual increase as well.
The Texas American Federation of Teachers estimates the average retired teacher gets about $2,100 a month. Lopez says the bills have bipartisan support, but lawmakers are ironing out additional details.
And also included in that, the House wants to give all retirees that are 70 or older a $5,000 payment, so a one-time kind of bonus. While the Senate wants to give these retirees, I believe, a $7,500 if they're 75 and older.
If the legislation is signed by the governor, voters would be asked to approve a transfer from the general fund into the Texas teacher retirement system. That money would fund the raises. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
We want you to stick around because we want to show you this. A fast food fish restaurant netted several violations during a recent health inspection, from bugs to a ceiling that was being held together by duct tape. Tim Gerber shows us what else inspectors caught behind their kitchen door.
It's a pretty famous fast food restaurant that specializes in fish. Well, they were on the hook for several health code violations following their March inspection.
The Night Team's Tim Gerber stopped by this week to see if the business made any corrections as he takes us behind the kitchen door.
Fred's Fish Fry, located in the 7700 block of Marbach Road, landed an 85 on their recent health inspection that included 5 repeat violations. Bleach was found stored next to ready-to-eat corn. There was no food manager and none of the employees could produce certifications. Employees were also not wearing hats and hairnets. The inspector also told them to hire pest control to get rid of gnats. And they needed to clean the dust off their air vents. I stopped in this week to see if they'd made corrections.
Can I talk to you about the recent health inspection you guys had? See if you made some corrections?
You have to call the owner, sir.
You have to call the owner?
This employee said she couldn't answer my questions. While inside, we found a fly hanging out near the counter. They were also displaying this higher score from 2019. And it appeared they still needed to make repairs to their ceiling, which the inspector noted was caving in and held together by duct tape. They have until the end of June to make several repairs. Galleria Foods in the 700 block of San Jacinto got an 85. Food items were sitting at room temp when they should be kept below 41 degrees. The inspector watched a worker grab an uncooked burger patty, put it on the grill, and then continue to prepare other foods without hand washing. There was a can of Raid in the kitchen along with dead and live roaches. The business also needed a good cleaning. The inspector left them a long list of items to be corrected for a re-inspection. Popo Pizzeria, located in the 8600 block of Highway 151, earned an 88. The hand sink was clogged with food. There were multiple gnats throughout the business, and the back door needed to be fixed to keep pests out. An employee was prepping food with jewelry on, and a bucket of sugar was found on the floor right next to a hand sink. A re-inspection was ordered. For BKD, Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, now we're going to go to our top story, and it's the weather. So here's a live look right now. We're looking at I-10. Not much activity there, but man, if you go 2 hours southwest of where we are, there's stuff happening.
Yep, so we've got one severe thunderstorm warning in place for our region this hour. It's still that strong storm that's now pushing through the far southeastern reaches of Zavala County and northeastern Dimmitt County. This warning still goes through 10:30 p.m. This storm is still capable of hail up to the size of about a golf ball, which actually was confirmed in Crystal City as that hail core crossed over Highway 83 there as well. And also some embedded wind gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour still possible with this particular cell. Now we can zoom this in, and again, where we have these pink colors as well as that black color there, this is just to the north of Highway 85 approaching Big Wells, even the Brundage community there. That is likely where we are still seeing some hail upwards of the size of a golf ball trying to fall. And as this continues to work farther off to the southeast at about 25 to 30 miles per hour, we'll need to monitor portions of LaSalle County there near the I-35 corridor. It could approach I-35 just after the top of the 11 p.m. hour. So we will continue to keep eyes on that, but you can see as we zoom this out here, that is the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have in place this hour for our area. And after that storm is through, I think we are pretty much finished with the severe weather threat here locally tonight. But this is the big picture. We've got an area of low pressure that's set up along the west coast. And with where we are positioned in relation to that low pressure system, we've also got an area of high pressure off to our south. The winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere here locally are coming out of the southwest, and we often see little ripples, little pockets of energy and disturbances move into the Lone Star State with this specific weather pattern. And as we continue on late week and even into the upcoming weekend, because the humidity is still in place as well, we're going to keep daily isolated chances to find a few thunderstorms in the forecast. Not going to be for everybody each and every day, but if we do find a storm develop, it could potentially sit on the strong to severe side. So bottom line, still keep your KSAT Weather Authority app handy through the weekend and into early next week. Temperature wise, it is humid out there right now in San Antonio. A dew point of 70, a temperature of 79. It's currently 77 in Bulverde, 79 in Pleasanton, 80 degrees for places like Divine, and stretching over to Hondo. We've got plenty of moisture in the atmosphere. It's going to be a muggy start to your Friday, walking out to temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. Some areas of patchy fog will be possible for the morning drive. Mostly cloudy skies continue through the lunchtime hour. Temperatures warming into the low 80s here in San Antonio. And as we head into your Friday afternoon, some of that cloud cover could break up just a little bit, leading way to a few peaks of sunshine. And take a look at your afternoon temperatures climbing into the upper 80s and low 90s out there. And of course, when you factor in the moisture and the humidity, it likely is going to feel like the mid 90s. And those dew points are going to stay elevated in and out of the upcoming weekend. Very summer-like start to the weekend that continues into next week. Definitely stay hydrated because the heat index is something we'll need to talk about into the afternoons. And yes, we'll continue to keep eyes on those isolated chances to find a few storms each day, guys.
All right, Mia, thank you.
All right, let's turn to sports right now. And can you say Dak Prescott has a new toy, or at least a new receiver that he's going to hopefully complete a lot of passes to, Larry?
Oh, man, Dak Prescott is so excited that the Cowboys traded for wide receiver Brandon Cooks, and Brandon Cooks is equally as excited that he's going to get to play with Dak Prescott. And staying with the Cowboys, last night they held their home run derby. Who came out as the champ? Coming up. Micah Parsons and the Cowboys put on an impressive display of power, all for a good cause in big board sports.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Dallas Cowboys did not draft a wide receiver until the 7th and final round, so that has to mean they feel pretty comfortable with the guys they already have in CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, and Jalen Tolbert. The boys are hoping Cooks takes the wideout room to a new level. He's 29 years old and fast, telling the media he can still run the 40 in 4.3 seconds like he did at the 2014 Scouting Combine. Now, he has nothing but love for Dak Prescott, and Dak feels the same way about Cooks.
The moment that guy showed up, just watching him in the workouts, the way he just carries himself from drill to drill, what he does pre-workouts, post-workouts to take care of his body and to make sure he has that speed and keeps what the productivity that he's had over his career is impressive. But then when you're just throwing to him, it stands out. His speed is different than many others, but as I said, once again, just the way he approaches the game, his knowledge. He's already been helping CD, helping those young guys, playing cornerback, teaching them little nuances of the route running that he's going to be huge for me and he's going to be huge for the room.
Cook says Dak is special, and that's saying something when you consider Cooks has played with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. Staying with the Cowboys, last night they held their 10th annual Reliant Home Run Derby at Rough Riders Field in Frisco. 10 players took turns at the plate with each hit and homer, earning a donation from Reliant to benefit the Salvation Army. Dak, Cooks, CD, and Parsons are some of the players who took their cuts, but it was Leighton Vander Esch who flexed, hitting 10 homers to repeat as Derby champ. He raised $17,000, and the boys as a whole raised $86,500 for the Salvation Army. The guys had a great night.
It's a great event, and see some of the guys that get so into it, the Micahs and Leighton. Leighton's talking some smack. He won it last year, and Dak will be in the mix. So it's a fun event.
I think it's huge. Obviously, like I said, anything time you're doing something for a good cause, to be able to see people show up, that's a testament to the city and the people that make up this place.
It's all fun. We're going to compete. We're going to have fun with it. Great just camaraderie with the guys, but also out here with Reliant and raising money.
Reliant also donated $117,000 in total to 23 DFW area nonprofit organizations. The baseball playoffs begin tonight with the bi-district round. In Class 6A, Brennan faced Laredo Alexander in Game 1 of that series. Top of the 8th, game tied at 4, bases loaded for Britton Clements, and he smokes the first pitch he sees deep to left, field gone, a grand slam, breaks the tie in extra innings. Brennan drops Game 1 11-5. Game 2 is tomorrow in Laredo. At Diz Reeves Field, Class 5A bi-district, Brackenridge taking on McCollum. Eagles pulling away in the bottom of the 5th. Josh Arzola drives a base hit in the shallow right. Hector Quiroga scores, capping their second 3-run inning of the game. And Brack takes Game 1 6-3. Game 2 is tomorrow night at the Wolf. The Harlan softball team hosting Harlingen in the Class 6A area round of the playoffs tonight at Northside. Bottom of the 3rd, no score, not anymore. Lauren Valerie breaks the ice with a 2-run homer that hits off the scoreboard and left. Harlan cruises to a big win, 9-0, and they'll look to close out the series tomorrow night in Raymondville. The Missions Drillers game in Tulsa tonight was postponed due to rain. They're now scheduled to play a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 5:05 p.m. No more Bud in Milwaukee after the break. The Milwaukee Bucks fired head coach Mike Budenholzer today after the East #1 seed suffered a first-round loss to #8 Miami in 5 games. Coach Bud was there for 5 seasons, and he led them to the 2021 NBA championship, their first title in 50 years. Now, Giannis missed part of Game 1 and then Games 2 and 3 with a lower back contusion, but still, the Bucks let Bud go.
Pretty good way to start off your major league career. Unbelievable performance tonight by Bryce Miller.
4th rounder back in 20.
That's Seattle Mariners skipper Scott Service praising former New Braunfels high school pitcher Bryce Miller. In his big league debut Tuesday night, he retired the first 16 batters and ended up going 6 innings, allowing 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, and 10 Ks in a no decision. His high school head coach Bobby Alford is impressed with Miller's first start.
In high school, obviously, he had a tremendous arm. We always thought that he had more in the tank just because he was so long and lanky, and it was easy coming out of his hand. Then he goes to Blinn, and, it explodes, and then he goes to A&M, and it gets even better. And so, just the growth that he's had, and so to be surprised, it would be easy for me to say, oh, yeah, we knew he was going to pitch in the big leagues a long time ago, but just watching him, how he works and how he handles his craft, it's pretty cool, and we knew he could do something special.
That is very cool. So Miller is scheduled to face the Astros Sunday in Seattle.
Okay, that was my question. Is it in Houston or is it in Seattle?
Seattle, yeah.
All right. Well, maybe he'll get to pitch in Houston or Texas.
There you go.
We'll see. We'll be right back.
Want to remind you, Election Day is this Saturday, May the 6th. There's also tons at stake on the ballot. Includes San Antonio Mayor Proposition A, which would decriminalize abortion and marijuana. Now, if you scan this QR code on your screen, it'll take you to our Vote 2023 tab on KSAT.com. There we've got everything you need to know before you head to the polls this Saturday. Also want to remind you we are going to have a Election Night live stream starting at 7 o'clock on Election Night on KSAT.com and KSAT YouTube page.
All right, and now we're just keeping an eye on a storm that's about 2 hours southwest of us.
Yep, we'll be keeping eyes on this as it's now approaching northwestern LaSalle County. It will be closing in on the I-35 corridor out that way within the next 30 minutes. So we'll be with you either on our app or on air as need be here tonight. Again, your Friday starts off humid, patchy fog, some peaks of sunshine into the afternoon, a high near 90. And then those isolated storm chances continue this weekend and next week, guys.
All right, Mia, thank you. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
See you tomorrow.
Have a good night.